Stumps and Stories podcast with Nishat Pai Vaidya.
In one of those Rocky movies, Sylvester Stallone famously said that it doesn't matter how many times you get hit, but it's about how you keep getting hit and you keep moving forward. Of course, I cannot say it or deliver that dialogue as well as he did, but we know the essence of it. And today I've got someone with me by that definition is definitely a winner. Now he's someone who I've known from a very young age. I have literally seen his cricket begin here in Mumbai, and the journey has been very different. But today, when we look back, I can say without a shadow of doubt that it has been an inspiration. Life can throw a lot of things at you, but it depends on you how you bounce back from that and build something beautiful for yourself. And it gives me great pleasure and great joy to welcome my friend Harmeet Singh. And we are chatting after a long time. We've been in touch on the internet, but it's great to have you, Harmeet, and especially after a fantastic campaign for the United States of America in the T20 World Cup. Of course, we hadn't imagined that you'll play for the USA, but nevertheless, as I messaged you, that it's really a great pride for a lot of us to see you do well in the sport that we all love.
Thanks, Nishad. Thanks for the introduction. And yeah, it's been a journey and took a long time coming for me. And but glad that I have some sight at opportunity and trying to make the most out of it right now. And enjoying every bit of quality cricket I'm playing, and can't complain. Yeah.
And you started here in Mumbai, of course, where we pride ourselves on the word khadus. And it is because we come through that system of playing cricket. A lot of us, like me, we fall by the wayside, don't even go anywhere close. But at a very young age, like at 17, you break through. I remember your Ranji debut as well. Just it looked like you had just come from school. You didn't have a beard. You were still looking
No.
like a kid. And you took seven
Yeah.
wickets in your first game, four in the first innings, I think three in the second, and bowling wonderful left arm spin. You've debuted in a match which has featured the likes of Rohit Sharma, who obviously is a legend now. Ajinkya Rahane, another great contributor for Indian cricket. Wasim Jafar, Ajit Agarkar, big names of Mumbai and Indian cricket. Walking into that dressing room as a 17-year-old, having played in the Maidans, for all those years, what was that like for a young boy?
Yeah, I think getting into Mumbai dressing room is something which I really have immense pride that I broke into that dressing room very early, and and rubbing shoulders against and with all the greats of the game. Who've like almost I think 8 or 9 of them played India in that 11, and just looking at them, admiring them, and at first you're starstruck, and then you have to get back to reality and perform with them, and make sure we start winning. So I was lucky enough to not straight away start in the playing 11. I was sitting out for a few games. I settled in and saw their faces almost every day. So it calmed my nerves a little bit before my debut. And then when Ramesh Pawar got injured, I got my chance in the playing 11. And then even then, of course, playing our home game, there is a lot of pressure, and from there on, when I started, the only good thing I remember about myself then was I didn't care. I didn't know who I was bowling to. Like, I didn't know many names. I didn't know uh, a lot of cricketers, outside of Bombay. So it was just another batter to me, and I would bowl my best ball, and then sometimes I would, most times I would succeed in that, especially my younger, career, where picked up a lot of wickets, getting into the Ranji Trophy side, and then whenever played for Bombay, did well, and across age groups, I think done pretty reasonably well for Bombay, and uh, won a few championships also. So that's what the reward I got very early. And then I think after the first couple of uh, good first class games, I got a reward for under 19 India in the 2010 World Cup also. And then later, captain under 19 Bombay, and then under 19 West Zone Asia Cup. And then we played the World Cup, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, you came from the northern suburbs of Mumbai, where, in this city, for people who may not know, we've got cricket grounds all over, schools compete, and you've got thousands of people playing. You've got to be really exceptional even to make it to the Mumbai team. You had a lot of support of your family members, and you had mentioned this to me long ago when we met the first time. How what are your memories of those days, going to the Maidans, your family supporting you, carrying the kit bag, maybe through those packed local trains? It's cliche, but it's
Yeah.
important to know how much it builds character.
Yeah. I think, nowadays we have a lot of grounds in the northern suburbs, but not back in the day when I was growing up. I was growing up, we had a small school ground, and which had a concrete wicket. We were still building a turf wicket over there, and we would roll our pitch on our own. And there was one school peon, who would help us out. His name was Prabhakar. But other than that, I remember me, Siddesh, Shardul, Latif, all of us combined used to roll the wicket, water the wicket, and it would be a highly underprepared wicket, but we'll still practice on that. And that would be our morning practices. But in the evening, just to get quality practice, uh, we we were selected in Shivaji Park Gymkhana's BPL academy then, which was a sponsored academy. It wasn't, we didn't have to pay any fee. And so all we had to do is travel there from Borivali to Dadar. And yeah, so before I joined Swami Vivekananda School, I used to live in Malad. So the role of my dad was very important, that he said we will move. And now myself being a father, I thought it was a very easy move to make it from Malad to Borivali. But at that point, without knowing how much talent I possessed, he sold his house. He went to Borivali, stayed on rent over there, and moved all his businesses over there. Whatever, like it takes a lot of effort to being a father and doing that, and then from there on, my mom, if I tell you my schedule, it would be like in the morning I would get up at 6, go to my practice during school hours. So it would be 6:30 to 9:30 would practice, then attend school. 1 o'clock I would come out of school and go straight to tuitions, to whatever classes I've missed, and be there for an hour and a half. My mom would come straight to the tuition with my lunch. We would have lunch there, and then from there we'll take the bus to the station, take the train to the other, get down and walk to Shivaji Park Gymkhana with the kid bag. So I remember halfway I would carry the kid bag, and then halfway mom would carry the kid bag, and then coming back was a bigger challenge actually, because 7:30 after you practice 2-3 hours, when you're walking back to the station, it's almost over a kilometer walk, and then you have to get into a packed Mumbai local where it's a peak office hour. Uh, uh, Most of the times I would enter with mom in the ladies section, and somehow manage to come back. And we met a lot of friends in those, daily ladies special, whatever trains we had. My mom made a lot of friends there, and then from there we would come back home by 8:39, and then she would cook food for me. So most of the times I would sleep on the couch, but still she would wake me up, feed me, and then I start over again. So I did that for 6 years, and I think those were the rewards I got very early in my career, where I sacrificed most of my childhood, where I think kids my age were also having vacations, also doing a lot of extracurricular activities where they would try different sport, or they were still finding themselves, where uh, I've said that no, I just want to play cricket, and I was lucky enough to be able to pursue it very well at a very early age.
Oh, yes. And obviously, when someone picks up a sport, it's actually a family project. It's not like
Yeah,
it's just the individual, right? And you had that
yeah,
support right through. Now you move to under 19 cricket, like the 2010 World Cup, which wasn't quite memorable. But 2012, of course, is one that we all remember, where you had a successful time. Unmukt was the captain. He got the runs there. Hanuma Vihari was a part of that lineup as well. Sandeep Sharma also played,
right.
and that team stormed through to the title. But of course, one of my best memories of that tournament is the India Pakistan game where you hit the winning runs, where
Uh,
India had lost 9 wickets and really staring down the
yeah.
barrel. That under 19 World Cup, it looked like everything fell into place for the under 19 team, and especially for you as well. Like,
Yeah, I think that brings very special memories, and that whole year, if I say, like, starting from, for me personally, whichever tournament I played, there's a year in your career where you're winning all the championships. That was like a championship year for me, where we played three series for India. We won all three series, away and home. We won an Asia Cup. I won a Kuch Bihar Trophy as a captain. Also, I won the West Zone. Couple of even I think 2011, 2010 and 11 Ranji Trophy also was won. But uh, you know, so many memories where I was like, at any point, I never thought in the World Cup that we won't win, because I was coming through a phase where I was finding ways to win, and not thinking that at that point I didn't know how to lose. Like, in the sense, um, we were like, there were so many situations thrown at us in that whole year, but we found a way to win every time. And in that India Pakistan game, it just happened to be me who had to rescue the team. And I remember that we needed around 10 runs with the last wicket, and we took our own time, and we played almost, I think, 8 or 9 overs, me and Sandeep. And I told Sandeep, there's no rush. We have a lot of overs. Just uh, block the over if you have to, or I will block the over if I have to. But we will make 1 run, 2 runs at a time, and we will get closer, and then we see what happens. Let's try to create panic in their dugout, rather than us panicking on the ground. So I think when I look back, it was quite matured of us at such a young age, where we maintained our calm and did not play a rash shot, and you know took it took the most composed way out of the game. And uh, I think, yeah, like, if you if you ask me, one of my better memories will be that World Cup, I think. And yeah, every time I get reminded of that World Cup, it's always fresh in my head, and I almost love every game about it, not just the India Pakistan game. Every game we had different challenges, but we found a way out to win.
oh, yes, absolutely. Even the final, where the Australian side was
Yeah,
actually very good and India managed to win quite easily in the end. And in fact, one of my favorite memories in that time is actually we met just after the World Cup, and our viewers who are watching us on YouTube right now will be able to see that picture. Harmeet, I just shared that picture with you. How different we looked back then. This is
I
2012.
know.
I mean,
I think you
look at us
also.
there.
I think you also just started with. I think you were working for some other
Yeah.
company called, I think, Z or something. I don't know.
Yeah, cricket country owned by
County
Z. Yeah.
cricket. Yeah, 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 something like that. Yeah, and then Ayush was also there. So
Yes.
it was, yeah, I remember we doing it because we were looking for a place to shoot
Yeah.
it. So I had to call up my friend. We did it at his in his building actually. So yeah, uh, you know, and looking at the picture, it's just unbelievable, man. Yeah, we were so young, and then it just feels like yesterday.
Oh, it does. It does. And, I still remember that time because, Harmeet, like, yeah, we've been in touch off and on, but in a sense, when I talk to you, I don't feel much has changed. Although I think that there is that maturity that has crept in. It was there even then. But even with that maturity and everything, because you get to know when you talk to a person, how
Yeah,
they are, talking to you about the simplest things. I could sense that. But you're a young man. You've won the World Cup, and there are comparisons being made to someone like a great Bishan Bedi. Ian Chappell has recommended that fast track you into the national system quickly. You get picked for the Irani Trophy just after the World Cup. As a young man, how difficult was that to deal with? I remember we had gone for a cricket event and Bishan Bedi Paji was there, and you had
mm,
come to meet him. Things like that where you were also
correct.
trying to learn from such seniors. How difficult
Yeah,
was it to handle all that?
yeah. Like I think personally, when I look back, you know, um, at 19, where my mindset back then was, I can handle it. I will be able to do it. Don't worry. This, that, whatever. But now when I look back, I seriously lacked. You know, one is the PR skills, and two, uh, someone not being there 24/7 for me, like a cricketing mentor. Uh, you know, I had parents and all whatever that is there, but then they had no cricketing background to
Hmm.
to make decisions for me, or I took all my decisions on my own. But I think if I look back, I would take the same decisions. But still, someone to really uh, sort of help me in that situation or be there. I'd really liked a cricketing mentor you know uh, where someone could have really guided me better, and if I went wrong, put me back on track, whatever. So all that, I think, for any youngster, at 19, 20, now I see a lot of youngsters even in India, now in US, at 18, 19, you don't know much of the world. Uh, so so I think uh, now now I really understand that what it really means, for a 19-year-old to have a mentor and have someone who's guiding them and giving them a pathway that, okay, this is what you need to do to get at the top. So I think yeah, from then on, at 19, playing Iran Trophy without playing a single Ranji Trophy game that season, it spoke volume about what BCCI was thinking for me. The only thing, yeah, which I regret or not uh, was not satisfied with, is my home state not giving me enough opportunities to play after that. So if uh, I had my opportunities and I failed, I would have taken it on my chin. That's fine. But only thing was, I did not have enough opportunities you know uh, to show what I could have done, what the trust, what Ian Chappell and Bedi sir and all of these guys had instilled in me, and because I can't be playing for India sitting at home. So that was the thing. After Iran Trophy or a Dulip Trophy, I sat the season at home, then the next season at home, then almost the next season at home. So the fag end of that third season, I got a game of Ranji Trophy. So I think till then all the limelight had died down for me. But then I still, when I did well, it came back. But then again, the next year coach changes and I was dropped. So yeah. So like, again, no complaints, but it's just it was just sheer lack of opportunities uh, where I couldn't grow and basically couldn't take a step forward after that NI Trophy gig. I feel.
And of course, the next few years, and we are not just talking about just the next 1 year or so, the next few years were very challenging. And even for like us, having seen you from a very young age, it was difficult because you look at someone who's talented, who has done well in age group. You do hope that they go on to the highest level. You know, for for you, having gone through that, it could have easily been one day say that, what, I'm done with this, I'm not going to play anymore. What is that one thing that kept you going and said, what, no matter what, I'm still playing the game, I'm still playing the game? It's not easy. Like, there were setbacks, but you kept playing the game. What was that one thing or a few things that really got you back to the ground every day?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing actually, the turning point in my life was, the whatever happened in the IPL, the first season I played, and all that spot fixing, whatever happened. And then I was summoned for having knowledge or whatever. Uh, but then when it again got proved wrong, and I was out of it. When I went back home, I realized that I had a scare of losing this game forever, and which I think I couldn't have taken it at that point. And mentally, it was very exhausting, very challenging. So at that point, I thought that this game is is too much. It's unbelievable passion for me. Where if there's this game is taken away from me, I don't know what will I do. And I was so much into it, and then that point I realized that doesn't matter if I'm playing Ranji Trophy, doesn't matter if I'm playing a club game, doesn't matter if I have to drive 4 hours to play a game in Kolhapur or Aurangabad or anywhere. I will play the game with utmost love and utmost you know passion, and whatever I play to my best ability. And from there on, I've played cricket everywhere when I was not playing Ranji Trophy. And it was very easy for me to say no, and let the games go, or let I could have sat home, I could have vented it out, I could have cribbed. But I told myself, whatever comes my way, I will take it. And uh, I've got so many. I played so many games. Traveling in a bus overnight to Kolhapur, and like all these Shivneri and all these buses are there in Bombay. Me and a couple of guys would travel together, play a game, and then come back. And this all happened after all my high, and then from there on, all the corporate games, whatever, for Tata, for Air India, for Diva Patil later. With Air India, I played for 10 years, so Air India supported me a lot then, gave me a lot of games, going to different places to play for Air India. And yeah, and then even my club cricket games everywhere. Like whenever I would go, I would try to win games for them. I would try to make it more challenging for me wherever I played. And yeah, it was a different journey, but then I learned so much through it. And I always knew that I was one season away. Uh, and I always told myself that, let's say 2015 starts, I was like, this is my season. 2016 starts, I would say, this is my season. Every year I would say it, that this is my season. And I know it took a little bit of time. And there were seasons where I was in impeccable form, but then I couldn't break through in the team. So not many people could see that. But then came 2020, where uh, I got this opportunity to move to America. And uh, me being traveled to America several times before that, for my monsoon break in Bombay, I I knew America had their challenges for cricket. But then when Major League and American Cricket Enterprises, they came together, uh, I understood, okay, they mean business and they're doing something, uh, you know, which is proper, which is going to be legit in America. So I was like, okay, this looks like, another sort of a cooling period where I'll have to, lay low for a couple of years. But uh, if it shoots, it is like you're an early investor in a property where it's supposed to, really boom the market rate, and then you reap the benefits. So it was like something like that for me. And me being already, you know uh, already had done a couple of years of cooling period in Bombay, and I was like, okay, one more year of cooling period or 2 more years of cooling period. Eventually ended up being 3 years here, of sort of cooling period. But then, the last 9 months, what they've given me a year, uh, sort of, the international attention, uh, uh, it has been incredible. And I think it has been worth every month or every year I've stayed here. It has been worth my time. And this is uh, this is something which is, I always aspired. And I always wanted something like this to happen, and where I have the opportunity, I have something where I can play quality cricket and play against the best. That's what I always wanted. And I feel I'm doing reasonably well to, where I am right now. And playing for the United States also, has its own challenges, in the sense, you're not an Indian team where you have quality players everywhere, but we are a bunch of good cricketers, where we did create a lot of upsets also in the World Cup. So I think we're growing as a nation, cricketing nation also now. And I think there's so much more positives to look at. Yeah.
And how difficult was it to, take that decision to move to the US? Because this is 2020, just around the pandemic, and you were newly married at the time. And to think that I'll move my whole setup there, and you've already put in the years here in Mumbai, you've had those aspirations. And how did that all happen? Like, how did it all pan out, moving to the US?
Yeah, so I was playing for Tripura at that point. I had played 2 years of first class cricket for them. Very grateful for the opportunity, actually. They gave me 2 full seasons in all three formats. So that was something which was giving me a lot of feedback, where how hard I need to work and how much I need to work on things in different formats, and how to get better, whatever. So yeah, it was very helpful there. But when you're playing cricket as a pro in India, it just keeps getting difficult by the year. And I asked myself a question before leaving, that 5 years down the line, where will I be in India, and where can I be in America? Uh, so the aspirations the major league guys gave me was the same as what's happening right now. You will
Hmm.
have a major league team. You will have a USA cricket contract, and also, you know there are opportunities to play leagues outside in the world. So all these opportunities were set back then, and then it was for me to perform and take it. So I was like, performance for me has never been an issue, so I will perform. But uh, but I was thinking, what if I be in India and continue the same journey? So I was not seeing any light in India, in the sense, uh, how do I break into IPL? Do I see myself breaking into IPL? There were certain people stamped on certain things, where okay, he's just a red ball bowler. He's uh, basically, I was never given a chance to play white ball cricket. So I couldn't, show what I could do with the white ball. Or also I could bat. So whatever, all that things were not coming out, were not surfacing in India. And I couldn't see myself realistically breaking through an IPL team if I kept playing the cricket I was playing. So here I am now. I feel I've taken the right decision, and play having played the World Cup now, play 2 years of Major League, and now started to get gigs outside also, like a GT20 or a now hopefully an IL T20 also. So I think there's there's a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot to achieve out there, and I still feel that you know uh, it's this is sort of my peak where uh, I'm trying to do my best every game, and I just feel that there's so much more I can offer, uh, to the game.
You spoke about this being your peak, and one of the aspects of your game that has really grown in since we saw you in under 19 cricket is your batting. Your batting higher up, your shot selection has gotten better, your range has gotten better. How did that happen? Because obviously your bowling was there, we know about it, but the batting, what did you do to take it to where it is today?
Batting, actually, I was is something which came very naturally to me. I never got coached for batting, but then I was always said that you know whenever you're going out there, get in a partnership and all of that. Back in the day in Bombay and all of that, but in under 19 cricket or under 16 cricket in Bombay. When I used to play, I was always an all-rounder, and I was always expected to score runs for the team, finish games, and all of that. So, and I've scored reasonably good scores in Kuch Bihar or Vijay Merchant or all these other tournaments. Uh, it was just that when you break into Bombay side, it's a big uh, batting lineup, right? Um, so to get in as an all-rounder, it's just tough. Like a guy like Ajit Agarkar is batting at 8 or 9, and then you just start your journey at 10. And then from there, if you perform, Iqbal Abdullah would bat 9 or 10, whatever. Ramesh Pawar would bat so low in that, because they were all rounders. They have decent averages in the first class cricket, but unfortunately, when you're in a Bombay team, you just keep going lower and lower. But then it all started for me, that belief again that I can bat well, when I played for Tripura, where I had a couple of first class 50s and 100 also, and also I scored a lot of 40s for them, if not 50s, in the couple of seasons I played, and so it was like uh, that belief that okay, I can probably get this aspect uh, to really work for me, and especially white ball, after a point in time, it doesn't swing, doesn't do anything. So you can just come in the line and start playing your shots, start trusting the wicket and all of that. So when I moved to America, um, I worked on my bat speed and bat swing a lot, and then my areas to hit. So and then again, the mindset was very clear, because we are just playing T20 cricket here. So if you see the ball in your area, it needs to go. So all that minds really helped me with the mindset, because when you're switching from red ball to white ball, it's a different mindset, and then you adapt a different skill set. Here I'm just playing white ball cricket, so it just makes it easier for me to adapt and play the game uh, how I play. So I think it's helped me a lot since the time I moved here, and all the tournaments I play here, I bat almost very high up the order now, and then keep shuffling whenever the team needs me. So yeah, I'm loving this new role where you know uh, I'm doing both, and I'm always involved in the game, basically. Yeah.
And you got your T20 international debut this year, played series against Canada and Bangladesh before coming into the World Cup. The Bangladesh series, of course, was very critical for USA cricket because it gave the team a lot of confidence beating a test playing nation. You had a role with the bat there as well. Now, all those matches, what was that like? Getting an international cap, finally getting a sense of achievement that you're playing at the highest level, and then not just playing there, but also performing and getting those wins before a World Cup.
Yeah, I think Canada series and Bangladesh series, both series were uh, very crucial for us for preparation for the World Cup. And then also we were going to play Canada in the World Cup in the first game. We knew that. So getting that upper hand in the series and mentally, being on the right side of things before the start of the World Cup was very important for us. And, winning that series 4-0 against Canada and 2-1 against Bangladesh was very crucial. And then personally, I think, the way it all happened for me, uh, at 31, got my international cap, and that too for America. And, it's been a ride for me, and my family was there. So I think it was very emotional, to be honest, uh, and and getting a series win for your team, and also being the man of the series in the first uh, series I played was, I think, icing on the cake for me. And uh, again, it was very, very joyful, and all that. It was like a dream where you play an international series, your debut series, and you win the series, you win man of the series. Can't ask for more. uh, and yeah, other than that, Bangladesh, I think Bangladesh was the turning point for us, where when we started winning against Bangladesh, that's when we thought that we can do a lot of things in the World Cup. And I think that gave us all the belief. I always believed in the team, but then I think it was important for the team to win, to be able to collectively have that belief that we can do wonders in the World Cup, and we can beat any side on a given day. So I think that's what Bangladesh series did. We did not just win a game against them; we won the series against them. And then it could have been a 3-0 also, but we opted to rest our best players in that game, and then we lost the last one. But yeah, very happy with that result. And then from there, what we did in the World Cup, I think everybody saw it. Yeah,
Yeah, everyone saw it. And you spoke about the belief. I'll tell you what, one of my friends, who's covered cricket longer than I have, and I remember him messaging me during one of the USA games, like, ye kya team hai? Like, they just keep at it. Like, you would
yeah,
expect, some of the non-test playing nations, when they come into such tournaments, you will be on the mark for like maybe 50% of the time and then
yeah,
maybe lose momentum. But USA just seemed to keep that confidence right through. And it was so evident during that Pakistan game. Tell us about that one, because, you
yeah,
know, as the chase went on, we could see that, there is a chance. It got tight at the end. Aaron Jones hits that six in the end. Nitish gets that boundary over mid off. And now you are suddenly put in for the super over, where I think you faced a couple of balls, but they were wides. Tell us
yeah.
about that drama that you had to face and what was going through your mind. It obviously would have been pressure. After all, it's Mohammad Amir, who is one of the best bowlers going around.
Yeah. Yeah, I think very grateful for the trust, actually, what the team showed in me. I think I delivered in the Bangladesh and the Canada series before, so they were thinking, yeah, I am the right choice to go out there and finish the game for the team. And then I know it was a surprise to world cricket that what's happening, and why is he on the ground, all of that. But yeah, before that, I think when the chase was on, I remember after the bowling, going back into the dressing room, freshening up, and just I just had a seat. And I remember the first game also against Canada. We were in a bit of a situation, and I went inside to pad up. And as soon as I went inside, we started scoring. So I just sat there, and and then Aaron kept hitting balls out of the park, and then I just sat there for the whole game. So again against Pakistan, when I just freshened up and I sat there, we started scoring runs again. So I was sitting inside most part, but then when we were 100 for two or something, then I was like, today's a game where I will have to go out there and finish. So I just padded up and went outside, so that I can, at least see what's happening, in the sense, feel the atmosphere also, and then get comfortable over there rather than sitting in a dressing room, whatever. Um, so I went outside, sat there, and watching the game. Me and Corey are padded up, and then Nitish and Aaron are batting over there. And then at one point, we just felt that they were also trying very hard, but we felt like the game should be done before the super over. And they again we both the guys tried real hard that day, and again, them being also very experienced bowling lineup, they also made it tougher for us in the back end. And then from there, when we came into the super over, I was sitting next to Corey and the coach. As soon as the super over happened, the coach said, "Harmeet, you're going in, but let me have a quick chat with the skip." So I was ready, and this he was having a chat with the skip, and I could overhear that, okay, is it Corey or Harmeet? Corey or Harmeet? Then I was like, okay, maybe Corey is going, but then they stuck with me, and then it was one down between Corey and Andres. Then whatever. So if we lose a wicket, yeah. So I was like, okay, it is what it is. I went in with Aaron, and you know we just got one boundary, and finished up getting 18 runs with just one boundary. Uh, it was very epic. Like, it was unbelievable, to be honest. Where we kept getting the twos, we ran on every wide, and I think those 7-8 runs at the end, which we ran, made the difference. Where they lost by 6 or 7 runs. So I think having that awareness, and having that uh, you know uh, sense of you know uh, you know to do the right thing in a pressure situation. uh and me, as I said, I've played cricket everywhere in bits and pieces. So 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 that experience, like, I was not going to go down without giving a proper fight. So as you said, this team was about that, where we did not back down, we did not agree to go down without a fight. And in most situations, we cornered one of the biggest teams. Also, we almost had India in the corner in that New York game. We had South Africa in the corner, and we just didn't finish against both the teams, and both the teams played the final. So it just speaks volume that what this USA team possess, and on a given day, and proper infrastructure, and uh, if there's more investments coming this way, what this team can deliver in 2026, I think it's so much. There's so much we can do in this country for this sport, and I think it's a good start, and I think it's good that the world now knows that it has helped Major League Cricket also. What we've done in the World Cup, where the locals have now started to step up a lot in Major League. Saurabh is doing well with the ball, and so many local guys you see in the top wicket taking category, even run scoring. So there's a lot of belief I see in every local cricketer out here now, since the World Cup is over, and they all think that, okay, if these guys have done it, we can do it too. So I think that's very promising to see, and gives me a lot of joy that everybody started to believe, and everybody's thinking uh, in the right way, where you know so many people come up to me, oh, USA did wonders and all of that, whatever. But somewhere in my back of the mind, I always thought that this team has a lot of potential, but it just needs to get out there. And so happy that it is out there now. And yeah, hopefully we have a lot more series coming up this year. Hopefully we keep at it, and we keep doing well. Yeah.
Interesting you mentioned India and South Africa actually, because that was my next question. Because in both those games, USA were in. It was not like the other team
Yeah.
had dominated. You had a chance for a lot of the time. In fact, against India, what was that experience like playing against India? Now this is very different, and you've got some of your former teammates like Rohit Sharma is
Yeah.
on the other side. Surya Kumar Yadav you've played with in Mumbai, of course, and Saurabh was on your side. He's of course known these guys.
Yeah.
Sanju Samson was in the other team, although he didn't play, but he was with you in the under 19 system for the longest time. What was
Right.
that game like in front of that New York stadium where people are supporting India, but you're the home side? Unique feeling, and you would have never imagined something like that.
I know, and uh, before the game, I was like, okay, it's just another game. We'll go and play and whatever. When you like as a young kid, you aspire to play for India and all of that, and then it didn't happen. You're playing for the US, and then you play against India. So there was like there's no hiding. There was a lot of mixed emotions, and seeing all your former teammates where even Kuldeep and Akshar have played a lot of cricket with for India under 19. We've done a lot of camps. Sanju and they're all my batchmates. And then Surya, Rohit, I played a lot of cricket with them in Bombay. So Dubai actually, Shivam, we played Gail Shield finals together, Harris Shield finals.
Oh.
so so we go a long way back. So I think so much. There was so much to catch up also, and then so much. There's once the game started actually. Uh, uh, then it was just about the game. But then when it was before and after the game, it was very mixed emotions where I didn't know what to feel and all of that. Uh, but once the game started, we were in it, and as the game progressed, when we got 110 on board, we were like, we've had games where 110 has been challenging and has been defended also. So let's go out there and have and give it a good crack and see where we end up. And then the start given by Saurabh really made us believe that okay, we are in it now. And then Ali getting Rishabh Pant out, and then after that we thought that we've cornered them really now. And they needed almost 10 overs 80 runs, and then almost 6 overs about 48 runs. um, uh, and I think that was a lot of runs on those wicket on that wicket. And like guy like Surya scored a runner ball 50 against us, and which he never does. I've never seen Surya score a runner ball 50. And even in a 4-day game, he would not do that. So, uh, so, it just meant that we were not easy to face. We were not, especially on that wicket, we were giving a run for their money. And after that, again, they ended up winning the game and all of that. But there was a proper scare. Like it wasn't like a easy ride uh, for India. And then after the game, there were so many things which we could have done right, and we could have gotten the game closer. We dropped a catch also, that 5-run penalty, and couple of bad balls here and there, which can happen. But in a low scoring game, if we had done those things right, you never know. We would have ended up on the winning side also. But it it just kept giving us belief that if we are playing 100% of our ability, we can do it against the best side also. So that was us, I think. Yeah.
And South Africa, especially, you were batting, and I think you took it so close. It looked like, the last two overs, it could have gone either ways until you got
Yeah.
out. That
Correct.
that run chase, it again reflected the belief with you and Andres batting. Tell us about that, because South Africa have got Nokia, Rabada, proper fast bowlers who the world
Yeah.
fears because of their pace. But you guys Rabada had a good day, but the others you were still able to attack. What was
Score
that
runs.
run
Yeah.
chase like? Yeah.
I told Andres that you know Don't look at the scoreboard right now. Let's try, because there was one end which was short for right-hander, one end which was short for left-hander. I was like, you just take this end on, I'll take the other end, and let's see where we end up. And whenever there's an opportunity to score runs, we score runs, and see how the game goes. And don't think about run rate, don't think about anything. If you're not able to hit, you're not able to hit. Uh, but what it gave us was, at that point, a belief that, okay, let's just focus on the next ball and not worry about the result. So as we started batting and started getting those boundaries, uh, that is when South Africa also panicked a little bit, where we were in a situation with 2 overs and 28 runs. Uh, and, 2 overs, 28 runs in this day and age is not not at all tough. It happens every second day that 2 overs, 28 is chased. So I was thinking we're just a couple of hits away, and then we can run it out, whatever. So I was on strike, and it was long end for the left-hander on the leg side. So I was thinking I'll get Andres on strike, and I'll be there for the last over. So I wasn't ready for that full toss from Rabada, and I just wanted to get off strike. But because it was a full toss, so I tried to hit, and it wasn't a proper hit, like wasn't a proper bat speed and all of that. It was just a half-hearted hit, and then it went straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket. So yeah, a little bit of uh, you know I think sometimes the bad, that's what the bad ball does. You
Mm.
get enticed to hit that ball, and then just held up in the wind, and went straight to the fielder. So yeah, if that had gone for a six, it would have been 11 balls 22, and then it would have been much more easier for us. So yeah, it's all ifs and buts, but I was glad that the way we approached that chase, and the way we handled pressure, and like, not just Nokia. I think we faced all the extreme quick bowlers in the world very well. We faced Bumrah also well. Bumrah was one of those bowlers, one of his only games where he went more than run a ball. Like, he went for 4 overs 25 against us without a wicket. Uh, Nokia went for runs. I think he went for plenty against us. Um, Even we played Jofra, we did well against him. So all these quicker bowlers, we've been able to tackle. Even Alzari Joseph went for a few runs, picked up a couple of wickets, but he did go for some runs. So whoever was a quick bowler, we did well. I think what we really struggled against was quality spin. When there was quality leg spin out there, that's where we were slightly struggling, because when the likes of Adil Rashid, or all these guys we faced, it showed that it is not that easy right now. So all, like, I think quality spin is a challenge where we all need to work on. But pace, I think guys look quite comfortable out there.
And your bowling, apart from that one game, rest of the tournament you were quite economical in general. Even I've been checking the latest Major League Cricket scores this season, and you have been fairly consistent and economical. What is behind that economy? You said there was a perception earlier that you're just a red ball bowler, but you seem to be still having quite a traditional approach to left arm spin bowling in white ball cricket,
Mm.
and your action also seems to be a little bit more different than what it was earlier. So how have you worked on that?
Yeah, I think bowling wise, as I said, back in the day, I used to get a lot of games for Air India, traveling here and there. So I used to play a lot of white ball cricket, but not list A or anything. But the guys who were playing with me, they knew that I can do well with the white ball, and uh, and also score runs at the back end, whatever. So coming here in America, where I'm just playing white ball cricket, I just doubled down on that skill set, and just kept thinking through that what I can do better, what changes in the sense with pace I can bring in, with lines, with lens, how to read batters in the sense where they're looking to hit. So which line will be more productive for me, and all of that. I think also in T20 cricket, uh, as a finger spinner, you don't think that you want to get a lot of wickets. You just want to uh, uh, probably tie down the batters, and then they make a false call and give you wickets. Whereas in 4-day cricket, you try and buy a wicket and all of that. Unless the situation demands in T20 cricket, you don't actually go and try and buy a wicket. So all that, keeping it very simple for myself, in the sense of, one is having plans for every batter, and two is uh, where and what is the plan B, in the sense, if that doesn't work, where am I going? And then trying to get out of a situation where, if I'm stuck uh, with a certain batter. So all that, also been bowling a lot of Yorkers and lately, if I have to, on a flat wicket. So all that I've developed here. And when you talk about action also, action I changed when I was in India already. I was working with Omkar Salvi a lot on my action, and he helped me out uh, a lot in my downtime, where I was not getting picked. So I didn't know. I thought there's something wrong with my action, something wrong with, there are a lot of thoughts that come into your mind. And then I used to uh, talk a lot to Omkar Salvi back in the when he was a bowling coach for Bombay, and then later on he became the bowling coach for Knight Riders. Uh, but yeah, we shared a good bond in terms of, he shared a lot of knowledge with me. What's the right technique, and what it needs to be, what needs to be done uh, to be close to your own best. So I think he cleared a lot of doubts in my head. Lot of Helped me a lot in that aspect, I think. And from there, when I think about it now, uh, about my action, I'm pretty happy, pretty satisfied. Simple, doesn't I don't have to think a lot where I have to bowl. I know I can land the ball where I want to. So once that is clear in your head, then you're thinking then you're on the other side, where you want to bowl, where you want to execute. Because at the end of the day, in T20 cricket, execution is very important. So once your execution is there, that means half the job is done. So then you just have to have the right thought. That's it, nothing else. So I think that has helped me a lot by having this simple action. Yeah.
And now that brings me to my final question. I know it's been a long chat, but I've really enjoyed this. I would like to know now, what's the way forward for you and for USA cricket, especially now you play the major league, there's a minor league. And what is it that you do, even if you can tell our viewers, what is it you do off the field? Because I also believe you run a few coaching camps. I've seen some of those posts
Yeah.
from you as well on social media. Got a beautiful family, you've got two children. And how's that going along?
Yeah, I think personally, for me, if I talk first, I feel it's been a ride, but then it's all coming to surface now. And I think going forward, uh, already after the World Cup, I've got a couple of international franchise leagues, and hopefully I keep doing well there, and I get more leagues, and I can play more and more quality cricket. So that is the goal. And also, featuring in the 2026 World Cup in India, it'll be like a full circle for me. And I badly want to play that World Cup, I think now. And yeah, and if I speak about my life outside of cricket, when I'm in Houston with my family, yeah, we've started a all cricketers uh, owned academy also. We don't have any business investor, but we're just doing on a small scale, uh, an academy where we can give it back to the game also. And also, all these aspiring budding cricketers try to show them the right way to train, and show them how to get there, not just uh, not just because there are certain things in America, uh, the way we coach and the way we train, that needs a little bit of a tweak. I would say not a change, but a little bit of a tweak, and we're trying to bring that tweak, and trying to help all the budding cricketers who uh, were aspiring, and especially got more inspired after the World Cup. So I think there's and to be honest, like, there's so much talent in this country. Like, when I see youngsters play cricket here, uh, like, and also, when I send them to Bombay or anywhere else to practice, and I ask feedback from our coaches in India, uh, uh, that what's the difference between USA kids and India kids? They're like, there's absolutely no difference.
Hmm.
It's just in their head, where they think that they're not good enough, or anything other than that. So I think the talent, I think, as I said, there's no difference in talent. It's just in mindset, where the kids need to start believing that they are good enough, and then the performances and everything will come out. And again, we need more and more infrastructure, again, like India and all of that, all the other test playing nations. I think infrastructure is the way to go forward. Number more accessibility of outdoor facilities, where it's more of an indoor practice. Like, most, like, even guys like me, I have to practice indoors more than being outdoor. Outdoor is like a privilege right now, but we need more accessibility to being outdoors, and practice this game outdoors. It is an outdoor sport, so kids also need to be outdoors, for the sport to grow. And yeah, I think it's just uh, year on year growth. If you see, this country has come a long way, and from where I started in 2020, and now every year I see is something new coming up. Something like, we are getting there. I just wish that it happens while I'm playing cricket, and I get to reap some benefits out of when USA cricket is at their peak. So I think it is exciting times. It's just a start for the USA cricket, and I think there's a lot more to come, and hopefully we can entertain the world like how we did in the World Cup also.
And we'll expect nothing else, because I think the USA team really showed a lot of spirit and played those games with so much passion and that belief, as you said. So we expect nothing else, and excited to see USA in the 2026 World Cup here in India, and hoping to see you as well. And hopefully, what I visualize, hopefully for you, is there is a USA game in at the Wankhede Stadium, and you're playing that game. I think that
Oh,
will be
absolutely
something.
love that. Absolutely love that. It'll be like a dream. So yeah, I hope that happens. Yeah.
Yes, and Harmeet, thank you so much for joining us on Stumps and Stories. As always, this interview has come 12 years after our first, and it is one again that I've really enjoyed. And just that I would like to say that, keep going on your journey. And if you can just tell our viewers your Instagram handle so that they can follow your journey as well.
Yeah. Uh, Instagram is I am Harmeet Singh. And yeah, uh, I think thank you, Nishad, for this. And it's been, yes, 12 years, but hopefully we do more interviews this time, and not wait for another 12 years. Uh, but yeah, it's been great chatting with you. Hope to see you soon.
Yes, absolutely. Hope to see you very soon. And to all our viewers of Stumps and Stories, please do continue to follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Digital 2 Sports, and we are across different podcasting platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you like to listen to podcasts, do join in to Stumps and Stories. Until the next episode, it's goodbye.